welcome to the Grappling Dads podcast, minus a dad still. I think he's back in the state, though. But we have guest host. It's Little Robert. By the way, it has little to do with his height. It's more there's one Robert that was bigger than him at the gym.
There was a couple.
And he was, there was a couple. And it was like, well, you're Little Robert.
No, not cool hair, Robert. It's Little Robert. Let's go with that one.
You do have cool hair. I don't have any. So I'm pretty much jealous of anybody with hair.
I mean, you could do wigs.
No, let's just move on from that.
Okay.
All right. What is the show about today, Austin? I mean, besides Robert being here.
I mean, we're going to talk about training in multiple facets of mixed martial arts.
Oh, so I'll have little to say about that. Perfect.
Well, I mean, Robert's the expert.
I know he is.
You're just a guy.
Yeah, I'm just here. I'm directing traffic at this point.
So, fun fact, as I close HBO Max on my iPad and actually look at the YouTube, I was watching Impractical
Functional.
Jokers.
Yes.
He's
Great
so
show.
professional.
That is a good show.
Robert and I did a podcast. I had this idea to do something similar to what I do at work, where I talk to a member of my work for 15 minutes, just kind of what they do for the organization. Robert and I did one just kind of based off his life and what he does in mixed martial arts and his history with karate and all that. I thought it sucked. I edited it, and I hated it.
On my part. As soon as we ended that, I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said this. No, I should have elaborated more on that. Nobody's going to know what I was talking about. I was like, I got real nervous, too. I'm like, I hope he doesn't like it. I hope he wants to redo it.
Hey,
I
Robert,
didn't want to say anything, though.
The mic's over here.
It's because he's...
I know
trying to face me,
Austin's over there, and it's super polite.
And I'm pretty.
We're going to not acknowledge that.
Okay.
Because he's wrong. However, he is pretty. It sucks.
No.
Stupid ginger Jesus. And, but yeah, you have to talk this way and kind of be rude to Austin.
Yeah,
because
I can do that.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Look at Kip's pretty face.
I do stuff like this if I need to talk to him. And but you get
can't do
sick of
that.
doing that, so
Sorry,
you just do this.
First time on a podcast, I'll figure it out.
It's your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done one or two.
Other than that bullshit I did with Austin. That was...
So what happened? Like, how is it bad?
So for me, it was just almost too formal compared to what we do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're not formal at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, Jen talked about her tits for like the whole episode last time.
Did she? I mean, they came up. I remember that.
That's my point. They came up. We're not formal in the slightest.
We are not, no. We've never been. Well, I guess we were more formal till you got here.
Were we?
No, like within. Hold on. I didn't say good.
I was going to say, Robert's a lot different from Jen in the fact that he listens. He knows what's going on in the show.
He does. He does.
I've listened to almost every episode.
My wife doesn't listen to any of them.
Because she's smart.
It's valid. And who wants to listen to me more when you already live with me?
That's a good point.
Like, I'm lucky you guys listened to me for an hour. Just saying. Thanks, guys. Everyone out there.
Oh, you're welcome.
I really appreciate you suffering through this with me. Plus, with me just being the only host right now, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're gone.
Kind of weird. I'm next week.
Next week.
Yep.
Paul's back.
Paul's back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm in Key West.
Oh,
so
fun stuff.
We're going to ask.
There's going to be like rumor mills.
Can we start some? Let's start some.
Me and Paul are spatting.
Oh, yes. I like that. I
was going to say.
They're on the outs.
Yeah, we're on the outs. We're just trying to save the show.
What would be your like celebrity couple name? Because it can't be like Benifer. It would be Pip. Paul and Pip.
Cole.
I like Pip.
Pip's a good one.
Yeah.
Pip's getting divorced.
Pips are splitting up.
No, it's literally just vacation.
Yeah, just straight vacations on both.
Vacation.
I'm going to Key West, man. I'm doing this thing.
Where did Paul go? Florida?
Yeah, he went to 35% opening Disney, I do believe is where they went.
Got a coworker going to Disney the next week.
Freaking jerk sent me pictures of when he was at whatever the Star Wars part of the park is. He's like sending me pictures. I just kept sending him middle fingers back. I'm like, don't care. Go away. Because I didn't get to go there last time because my kids didn't give a crap.
Fuck your kids.
I know, right? My kids love you. You better watch it.
Yeah,
says the guy who's not a dad.
You crushed my daughter once. That was hilarious.
What did I do?
Remember at the pool party where my wife basically made you insult my daughter by accident?
No.
Sid. You don't remember that at the pool party?
Oh, when I threw her in the pool?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was because Jen told you to. You're like, oh.
No, she didn't tell
Oh,
me
you didn't
to.
do
No,
it?
that was
You-
all me.
Oh, she's so sensitive.
So I think you were inside when that happened?
Yeah, I just came out to
So
a crying child.
I picked up Sid. I was going to throw her in the pool.
Yeah.
I really was, but I was like pretending like I wasn't going to at first. But then Jen comes up behind me and she pushes me in the pool with
Oh,
Sid.
that's what.
Yeah, so I'm trying to salvage, like, oh, that wasn't me. Your mom did it. Your mom did
Yep.
it.
Didn't help.
No, it didn't help at all.
She came up to me like you abused her. I was sitting there. I'm like, what? What happened? She's like, Robert. I'm like, Robert didn't do anything to you. Whatever. It's Robert. Robert's the nicest person.
Right.
Robert's a saint.
Wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I've seen him drinking out of a horn with horns on. That was a good picture.
That's the photo I had to use for this.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked it.
Yeah, thanks for using the one where I'm mildly hammered.
It was your profile pic. It's your fault.
Everybody
Yeah, right.
was mildly hammered there.
Mildly is putting it mildly.
Yeah, that's being nice.
Yeah.
Like very generous.
What was
But
that for?
the fights.
Oh, the fights. Mm-hmm. Well, do the sponsors. Then we can do that.
I was just about
the
to do that.
sponsors.
All right, topmountapparel.com. Definitely check them out. They just spent some time in Tennessee. Said the trip was good, but crazy. Don't know what that means. He said he would tell me later. Check it out on their, I think they'll probably talk about it on To The Top podcast. Definitely check it out. Al and friends doing some good things over there. I mean, it's boring compared to us, but cool. No, they're super nice. Definitely go check it out. But GD10 at checkout will save yourself a few dollars. It is the exclusive provider of our beautiful gear. Also, Darson Donuts. That's a good shirt.
I got this from Paul.
Yeah, Paul gave up. He had too many shirts, and he just started like, here,
Well,
take them away.
This is a medium.
I don't know how
Paul's
he wears
not
medium,
a
dude.
medium.
I
He
wear
always,
medium.
he always orders mediums. I'm like,
Does he really?
yeah, he really likes medium.
I wear a medium.
I can wear a medium, kinda.
If Robert wears a medium and I wear a medium, there's no freaking way Paul
Right.
wears a medium.
Mine's a large. I'm
Right.
just too tall.
Right. But so's Paul. Paul's taller than me,
But he has a short ass torso.
but he's got biceps.
Mm-hmm.
He clangs and bangs.
Don't
Somehow
make, dude.
we-
I will come over
Somehow
there.
we snuck that in without him being here. I'm so proud of myself.
Dude, we had gone like 3 weeks without that shit.
I probably would have brought it up eventually.
I'll throw shit at you. I'm not nice to guest host. I don't care.
You don't have any reason to be.
No.
It's your
No.
show. It's your show.
Yeah, I do what I want. I'm the star now.
No wonder people on Reddit hate us.
That would be you.
Yeah, the way you described it earlier, it sounds
Yeah.
like it's you.
Yeah,
It's
you-
all
They don't
Sounds
know
like-
who I am. They think it's like you or Paul posting.
Oh, that's
They
killer.
Said, I'll kick your old man jujitsu ass. And I'm like,
Okay.
that's not me.
Sounds great. Go ahead. Don't care.
I'm gonna snip this video and put it on Reddit just to spite them.
Yeah, I know you will. That's what we do now.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll get banned sooner or later.
Can't
Because you're
wait.
not supposed to post content like this on there.
Why not?
It's just supposed to be jujitsu and jujitsu related topics, talking points, and we're assholes and post our own shit because you're not supposed to promote yourself on there.
Self-promotion.
It sounds like a bunch of uptight pricks.
It's Reddit. Do you
I
go on
don't
Reddit?
use
Yeah,
Reddit,
see,
no.
neither do I. I tried, and I'm like,
Huh.
it's a bunch of people. It's cool. I mean, if that's your thing, but if it's not, it's really awkward.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's
I
bad.
could go down a whole.
There's so
wormhole.
many trolls on it. Like people are
Oh,
just
yeah.
on there. Like you can tell there's trolls on there. I only go on there when Austin's like, oh, you should check this out. And I'll go look. There's always somebody on there that clearly has never done jujitsu, but is on a jujitsu forum talking shit. And you're like,
They
What do you
appreciate jujitsu.
no, they just want to wreak havoc.
Yeah.
We had problems in our Flick chat because people would come in there and try to wreak havoc.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really annoying. So I had to promote Paul Elliott to Enforcer,
Oh,
and he was
really?
just booting people left and right. One of them was a friend. He texts me, he's like, what the fuck? I just got kicked out of Flick chat. I'm like, did you say something stupid? He's like, yeah. I'm like, Paul's going to kick you out. But we can control that Reddit. You can't control those morons.
Yeah.
The jerks of Reddit. Not everyone.
Top Mount's got another tournament coming
where's
up.
it coming?
Saturday, May 1st, Des Moines, Iowa. Subspectrum BJJ. They are sponsoring the fastest submission for $100.
Nice. I always like when they do stuff like that.
And Miranda Maverick, she won last night.
Hell yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Top Mount sponsored.
Yep.
Oh, Robert.
Sorry, I'm not sponsored by Top Mount, so I didn't have to root for. I'm a Julian Robertson fan, so I was a little disappointed.
It was hard for me because so was I.
Yeah.
Spider Monkey, I like her. She's fun to watch. She's pretty talented, real talented. But Maverick's a
Yeah,
beast.
She looked good.
She's a beast. I never really seen her because her first bout in the UFC was her last bout, and she
Right.
beat the shit out of that girl. It's
Yeah.
like, it's fun having women come into the sport now. Like you see it, the first match, back when they first came in, they would look very green because there weren't a lot of them out there. She came in looking like a mixed martial artist, like you should. Awesome. Good Lord. She could freaking snap me in two.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she's really buff.
Yeah,
Like,
she is.
She was solid.
yeah. Guess she's a really cool person too, so that's a big
I
plus.
believe it.
I don't know. I'm just going on what I'm told.
Would Top Mount sponsor her if
They
she wasn't?
no, yeah, I know, right? I don't know. Al likes everyone.
Al does like everyone.
He loves everyone.
It's like Al hates some people. Nah.
He can't. It's impossible.
Yeah. That's fine.
Do you know how to spell jujitsu? Al loves you.
Do I
That's how that works.
Oh. I thought you were legitimately asking me. It's like, yeah. I
He was
type it.
proud of himself.
I type-
artwork. I'm glad that's up there. I really like that.
It's hanging on a
Kinda
tripod.
crooked?
Yeah.
But hey, pretty impressive. You got to stay up there.
I don't think anybody would have noticed it was crooked. if
Yeah,
you hadn't
thanks,
said
Kip, you
anything.
fucker. I actually did try to like stable it out too, so it looks straight. And I lined it up with the lines in the back of the wood. But nah, it's cool. It's crooked. Yeah, thanks.
It's facing me.
Anyway.
You really want to go into this?
Yeah, it's fine. Jamal's fight got rescheduled too, June 12th.
June 12th, yep.
He's gonna be on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, he moved up to a pay-per-view card, so
He
Jamal
is
Hill
exciting.
going to be on there.
Pissed.
Huh?
He is mad.
At that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Craig is really kind of got personal.
I don't know, other than he said he was faking COVID. What other person?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, it was all centered around
Okay.
that.
I
Like
was
he
like,
said
did he say
multiple
something
things.
else?
No, he said multiple things that he pulled out because he faked COVID and
Yeah.
that it wasn't so bad and he should have been there. It's like I think he was coughing up blood at one point. So why don't you calm down?
Even if it wasn't bad and he wasn't really sick, if you get
Yeah, a
COVID,
positive test, there's nothing
they
you
don't
do.
let you fight.
Jamal would have came out of it. I don't know when he tested positive, but like within a days, his
Yeah.
quarantine
Yeah.
days of the fight, his quarantine would have been over.
Right.
Good time to do a professional sport.
Right? Not to mention you can't train.
Yeah, you can't. That's what I mean. You can't train at all. You get to sit there and wait,
Yeah.
and then be ready. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
Right. And I'm sure he wasn't right on weight. I'm sure he was close, but like he's still got to cut all that weight. How's he gonna do it? Like
He
cut
was
from his-
close,
cut
man.
from his
He's-
home?
he was-
he's
was real
never
close this
had
time.
A problem cutting weight.
Right.
No,
I'm-
but
like,
yeah,
he
but
could
you're
have
right
done
though.
it, but it's
a
like-
normal fighter, maybe, but Jamal drops weight somehow. Like he just cuts it off.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, don't need this part. Pow! I don't know how he does it.
I don't need my arm. Screw
Yeah,
it.
screw it. I'm done.
Cut it off. But yeah, so that's gonna be June 12th.
Very good.
I'm trying to pull up my notes here so we can actually.
I'll be
talk about
crying
it.
a little bit that day. I'm such a wreck whenever that dude fights. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean you spar with Jamal a lot, Robert.
And not a lot anymore. Not since he's been in the UFC.
Oh, well, that's probably smart.
It's a
It
little more
is,
intense.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're not the only one that's told me that. They're like, yeah, I used to be able to poke, just have fun sparring. Now I can't, just can't.
Well, the entire time I've been training with him, it's kind of I can like do a round or two with him a night
Yeah.
before I gotta stop. But mostly I won't spar with him because this is the size difference. He needs to be ready for big people. I don't want him
it's
getting used
not
to,
getting
to
him ready.
rolling and
Yeah.
sparring with me, and I'm 5'2". He's got over a foot on me. So,
Yeah.
Not to
yeah.
mention 100 pounds probably.
Yeah. Well,
No,
he's not cut.
let's say 204, 205,
yeah.
So 80,
80 pounds on you.
80,
You know, that's
70.
when he's cutting weight, though.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So he's still
So
way big.
normally, if he's out of camp, he's got over 100 pounds.
Yeah, but
on
I'm
me,
just saying it's.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
Dude, he's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else have this realization? And some of you guys train with people that fight. I've never noticed how big Jamal was. Like, I'm just hanging out with Jamal. It's normal. Whatever. I've known him for, 5 years?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, whatever. Stepped into the cage, and I'm just, before he got in, like, that dude is humongous. He's going to make Jamal look small. Jamal was bigger than that
Yeah.
dude. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I
Did anybody else have that realization, or was it just me?
about everybody, actually.
Yeah.
I don't feel like everybody's that much taller than me until I see
Yeah.
pictures of me standing next to them and like, oh wow, I'm really that short. They're that much taller than me.
They're just that tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a interesting thing for me. I'm like, wow, Jamal's way bigger than I thought he was. I just don't notice.
Yeah.
I feel that way with like half the people at our gym. So like I
Yeah.
went to Saturday class with Brett teaching us some wrestling moves.
Yeah,
Brett Martin.
cool.
I was like, he's a lot bigger than I realized.
He's a big dude.
Mhm.
Like he was just showing me an underhook
Yeah.
portion of a takedown, and I was like, holy fuck, you're big.
Yeah.
Like
He-
it's
he
one thing to
moves
see
really well,
him,
too.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's quick.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. He shouldn't move that
No,
well.
no.
and he was rolling with Justin beforehand, and they were just kind of going, and I'm like, oh okay, and I'm like, wait, he's big, and Justin's
Yeah.
big, but he like makes Justin look small. It's like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
Justin's a big son of a bitch. He picked me up last weekend. every time, dude.
Justin's bigger than OSP.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, no shit.
Give that
Yeah.
some thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All I know is OSP can get punched in the face. So that's all I know.
Apparently they're.
I've never been a fan of that dude.
No.
No, because everybody's really onto him for his submissions.
Mm-hmm.
The submissions he got with pure, unadulterated strength for the most part, because they were incorrectly done, kind of sloppy. Honestly, if you look at it, dope for an MMA fight. I mean, it's cool as shit, but he couldn't throw a punch worth shit, and he gets picked apart by people that can strike. Jamal beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the only one of Jamal's fights I actually was nervous for. Like
Yeah,
leading up to it,
because,
the
just
week
because of the name.
because of the name, he had a highlight reel.
Yeah.
And the UFC was playing it all week
over the
on all their
place.
social media. Never mentioned Jamal once.
No, not
It's
one
like,
time.
OSB is returning. And this highlight
Yeah.
reel, head kick knockouts and
Yep.
submission. Like, oh. But then after that first round when Jamal just had his way with him, I was like, oh, okay.
Well, and OSB hit him once.
Did
Like,
he? Did he
kind of.
Kinda? He landed a couple
Kind of.
leg kicks.
Yeah.
And all that.
Kind of caught him, and Jamal didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It was nothing because Jamal's got that weird twitch. I don't know how he does it. It's the Muhammad Ali twitch, honestly. If you ever watched Muhammad Ali back in the day, he had that way to
he
just move his head this much
Yeah.
and take so much off every punch
moves with
or
the
not even
punch.
get hit.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah.
weird. And Jamal has that. Watch it next time you guys watch Jamal. It's pretty fun because we used to think he was getting punched in the face constantly. I did. I'm like at the deltaplex just crying, like, he got hit. And I'm like, I see him after the fight. There's not a mark on his face. I'm like, you little fucker.
You got
You
me.
little fucker. And then he told me about it. He goes, no, he goes, I go with every punch.
Yep.
So it was really cool. And then he just beat the crap out of OSB.
Yeah.
He picked him apart.
Yes, he did.
Oh, it's great. It's
I
great.
think who's the Russian guy he faced? Was he Russian? Stosic?
Oh, he's
Dark.
not Russian, but some.
No, he's
like,
something over there
yeah.
now.
Something that way. That's the only guy that I think gave Jamal trouble because when he came back, Jamal was like, that guy could take a punch.
Well, he didn't really give him trouble per se.
He just wouldn't get knocked out.
He wouldn't go down.
He
is
wouldn't
what I
go
mean.
down,
That's
and
what I
he
mean.
took Jamal down 3 times, I think.
And
Yeah.
Jamal stood right back
But
up.
he stood right back up. Everyone's like, oh, he got him down. Okay, he's back up. So, yeah, not a big deal.
right. But,
So,
yeah, we've got that coming up soon.
awesome.
Q said
What a
sparring with
tangent.
Jamal makes my brain feel like
Oh, did we
scrambled eggs.
tangent? What was that? Say it again.
Q
It's Q.
said sparring with Jamal makes my brain feels like scrambled eggs. Q apparently spars with Jamal like an idiot.
Yeah, don't do that.
Q,
I can see
dumb.
Q doing that, though. Q doesn't give a shit. He'll go after whatever.
He's young. He can take it.
I'm old and don't even want to think about it.
How often have we had a black belt on the show? Besides like Croyler and Paul Elliott. Those are the only two?
We've had a number of them back in the day write pro tips, but that was about it.
Yeah. We've got
Yeah.
another one on the show. Not
Oh,
jiu-jitsu
yeah.
black belt.
No, Taekwondo black
I was going to
belt.
say Taekwondo. I knew that
Taekwondo.
one.
So, explain your history. I'm basically reading the questions that we had on our podcast, but it'll be a lot more less formal and more fun. And
Oh, I'll keep it lame.
great.
I got
There
you.
go.
I
Thank
got you.
Yes. So yeah,
If I
talk
get
about your-
bored, man, I'll let you know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
I get
do.
distracted very easily.
Talk about your history with Taekwondo and kind of how you got started there.
So I got started. I did it on and off as a kid because my dad has been a black belt since 1990, before I was even born. So it was just always a part
God,
of my
I'm
life.
so old. Don't do that.
Kip's doing math now. The show is off the rail.
Oh no. So yeah, martial arts has always been a part of my life, whether I was actively practicing or not. And then so I did it on and off as a kid. When you're a kid, you can't really control what you're doing, so it's like if my parents are making me go, I'm going. If
Yep.
they don't,
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna play video games then.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was 17, that's when I got into it heavily and kept going and never stopped. So got my black belt like 5 years later. I was 21 going on 22, something like that. So, and that's that. That's how I got my black belt.
So getting a black
I
belt.
love when people answer questions on the show. They've never answered questions and they don't know when to stop said answering
Yeah,
a
right.
question. You just don't. You're like, am I done?
Jen
I'll
did the
just,
same
I
thing.
mean, I
yeah,
can
oh,
keep
yeah.
going.
Everyone does. When you first get on, it's hilarious because you don't know when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep talking, so it doesn't matter. But I've been interviewed too. I caught myself doing it on other podcasts. I'm like, fuck, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I do this all the time. I couldn't stop myself.
We will fill the empty air. Don't you worry.
Yes, we will.
So differences between Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu, because you do both.
Mm-hmm.
What, and since we're a grappling dads, even though we've only got one dad on the show, what's it like for kids to get their black belt? Because in Jiu-Jitsu, you can't even get a blue belt till you're what, 16?
16.
Yeah.
Yep.
In Taekwondo, you got your black belt when you were what, 21, 22, you said?
21, yeah.
So how does that work as far as the ranking?
So I don't know about other schools. The school I came from, we don't have separate ranks for kids. So it's
Yeah.
and I do that with my students too. It's same ranks for kids and adults, which I like. I kind of like that jiu-jitsu has separate ranks for kids and adults because one, it keeps kids from getting black belts, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like seeing 10-year-old black belts. Is a huge pet peeve of mine.
No, that was gonna be my question.
I hate it so
Do you?
much.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
In our school, when I was coming up in the ranks, you had to be 16 to get a black belt, and even I think that's too young.
That's really young.
Yeah, I won't test anybody for black belt unless they're at least 18.
Doesn't it kind of undermine the sport just a little bit?
Yes, I think so.
Or the art, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the art, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about jiu-jitsu is because it keeps kids from getting a black belt when they're, kids.
Yeah.
But I also kind of don't like it because I feel like the reason that was put in place was because of adults who didn't want to be outranked by kids.
Ooh.
Is kind of
That's a
feel like
different
there's
vantage point, actually.
I feel like there was just an ego thing there at some point in time. I don't know how the ranking system started in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but that's just kind of how I feel like it might have happened.
Yeah, and you want to know what? It kind of fits with how people used to talk about the beginning of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not Jiu-Jitsu. When Jiu-Jitsu came down there from Japan, it was literally, you heard the Gracie raids of gyms going in and just beating the shit out of people and all these things. And everybody's like, oh, there's no ego in it. Man, this sport started in ego.
Absolutely.
Like it straight up started in ego. Well, I'm going to make the sport or the art that can beat all the rest. That's not egotistical at all.
Right.
Oh, that's not why I did it. That's what I read.
You wanted to be the best.
Yeah, you want to be the best.
People with egos want to be the best.
People without egos don't give a shit.
Right.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
And if you suck at the sport, you don't got much of an ego. It's pretty much my go-to.
Yeah. What's the testing like compared to jiu-jitsu?
So there's so many taekwondo schools, karate schools out there. Everybody is so different ranking systems, different colored belts. So basically, I can really only speak on my experience with my school at Canes Karate. Testing was lot less cardio. Obviously, we know in our jiu-jitsu tests. Yeah, lots of cardio at the beginning.
Yeah.
It just tears us down right off the bat. When I was doing taekwondo tests, we kind of spread that out through the test. So we'd do like 50 push-ups, then we'd do a couple katas, do 50 more push-ups, do a couple katas.
So it's mostly katas.
No, we got our katas, self-defense portion,
Okay.
breaking, and then sparring.
So it's kind of similar to jiu-jitsu or another martial
similar.
art. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Taekwondo is one of the few martial arts for me that I think would have interest. I would even think about doing. Karate's okay, but there's so much of it that's not functional in a realistic situation. Taekwondo is not so much to me when I see it, and I talk to people that have done it, but I can't do any of it. I don't have the discipline at all. I couldn't do any of that testing.
No. No, you don't like getting kicked in the head?
No.
No?
I've done boxing. I got punched in the head. That was good enough.
Yeah.
I don't need a leg coming at me.
Okay.
Especially because you're, 5'2"?
Yeah.
You can kick me in the head.
I could,
I've
yeah.
seen you. I'm like, wow, Fuck that. He can kick my ass. I know that. That's for sure.
That's not saying much. You said you
true.
Sorry, you trained at a jiu-jitsu, or sorry, you trained at a karate gym.
Yeah.
Well, they usually do multiple.
Well, what's the difference between Taekwondo and karate?
So you'll hear me say karate and Taekwondo pretty interchangeably, because what I did was traditional Taekwondo. So it's not like the stuff you see in the Olympics.
Yep.
That's not Taekwondo to me. So Taekwondo comes from karate. So a lot of times it was referred to as Korean karate back in the day. So
okay.
So a lot of schools will say karate and they're talking about Taekwondo. Including
Really?
myself. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that confuses a lot of people sometimes, and I never thought about it. Since our school was called Kane's Karate Association, and we're doing Taekwondo, we also call it karate. So that was normal to me. But when you talk to somebody outside of that world, that confuses them.
That would confuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently had to explain I had a couple conversations recently. One with Austin, and when Larry asked me about it too. What's the difference? Not much.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different.
Yeah,
but
little differences.
It's almost more practical. Taekwondo is built. It's almost like jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu in a way, because it's just a little bit different.
Yeah, kind of. I can see that.
Because it built from one to the other.
Yeah.
So, I suck at all of them.
Yeah, Taekwondo comes from karate the way Brazilian jiu-jitsu comes from Japanese jiu-jitsu and judo.
Yeah, exactly, in judo.
They're descendants.
Yeah, I like that.
Very, very similar.
I came up with something. Look at me go.
No, you
Don't look at me.
You just realized something that everybody else already knew.
That's also true. I do that a lot.
And you still teach.
Yep.
How many kids do you teach? Or not kids necessarily. How many students do you have?
I have four students right now, not including my dad and my grandpa, who are also black belts, who are basically, they help me run the class. So I've got 4 students, my uncle and my cousin, and then just recently I had 2 girls from the kids jiu-jitsu class at Black Lion join, because I'm teaching at Black Lion. So, and those girls are freaking savages, man.
Nice.
Malia and Marley, because they do jiu-jitsu, they're doing my Taekwondo classes, and they're doing Johnny's kids striking class.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm not messing with those two.
I wouldn't. No.
Jeez, Pete.
Yeah, they're gonna be great martial artists one day.
That's really cool.
So why did you start jiu-jitsu after you finished your black belt in Taekwondo?
I actually started jiu-jitsu before I got my black belt in Taekwondo. I was a brown belt. I was a brown belt. So my next test would have been for my black belt. I started GR MMA about 7 years ago, and that's when I started doing jiu-jitsu, because I don't remember why. I had no event or anything that took place that made me think, oh man, I got to work on my ground game. I just had this realization that if I get taken down, I don't know what to do. And I want.
Well, your discipline's not made for that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I just I had a friend who was training there from high school, and I was like, all right, well, I'll go check out this MMA place, because I didn't want to do gi jiu-jitsu because I was almost a black belt. I didn't want to be a white belt again. Kind of an ego thing there. I didn't want to be a white belt again. That is an ego thing. Yeah, I didn't want to be a low man on the totem pole again. So I went to an MMA gym that was all strictly
just open. Yeah, it's just open.
Yep. So that's how I started doing jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
An MMA gym, and then that gym closed. I had to find a new place. Looked up a couple places. None of them really. I didn't really like them, or they were too expensive. And then I found Black Lion, and they're perfect fit right off the bat.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a good gym.
You met Chad and Kip and Paul, and you stayed?
Yes.
I mean, Chad's stable. The rest of it, me and Paul, we'll scare some people out.
I met Morgan right off the bat, too. Mm-hmm. So
we just talked about this. It's always freaking Morgan.
It's always Morgan.
She came right up to me, almost as soon as I walked in the door.
Yeah, she tries to keep everyone there.
Yeah. I think she saw a small person and was like,
no, she does. Oh, she was
I've done that too.
Yeah. I can't. Well, yeah, it just makes sense.
I remember little Seth's first day. Morgan and I were so creepy. We were like, oh my God, we're going to scare him off. We're like, little person, please stay. Please come back.
He came back?
Yeah, he got his blue belt.
He's got his blue belt.
Yeah. And he's been back to class after his blue belt, so.
Ooh,
I think
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
So many quit.
Someone texted, it might have been Larry. Larry was talking to me, and he goes, how many people have you seen since you started come, stay for a period of time, and just disappear? Whether they got their blue belt or they just didn't feel like doing it anymore. Maybe they're too small and it hurts because it does freaking hurt.
A lot of people got hurt.
How many people? Well, you've been here longest.
So I went through a picture that came up on like a memory for me, and it was sad. It was freaking sad. Well, it was also sad how small our class was, because when I started, there was probably maybe 8 or 9 of us at most.
Yeah.
At most. Some classes, it was like me, Jordy, Ben, Morgan,
Right.
and Chad. That was it. Great days.
Right.
Great days. You just get annihilated for hours. It was wonderful. But yeah, it's the attrition rate in jiu-jitsu is terrible. Is it the same as it is in like Taekwondo? Is it the same?
It's pretty much the same in all martial arts.
Wonder why that is.
People don't like getting punched and kicked and strangled. It hurts. You're gonna get injured if you've been doing martial arts and you haven't been injured. You're gonna. It's only a matter of time.
But you get injured doing sports.
That's true, but also people quit sports too.
But the attrition rate on sports, you don't see it as much. You see a lot. Let's just go with kids that start soccer and play it all the way through high school.
Part of that is their kids, and they do what the parents tell them to.
So your parent can't tell you to do martial arts all the way through? Because my wife's currently doing that to my children.
That happens. My dad tried to do that with my brother, and it didn't end well.
No. I've also gave when my kids aren't there, it's usually my fault. I'm like, do you really, like 3 weeks of I don't want to go? I'm like, you want to know what? Don't go.
Go play the PlayStation. Fire it up.
Oh, no, I take that shit away. If you don't want to stay at class, you ain't getting anything fun. But it's interesting to me. I think you can get away so much in those sports. You can fade into a team of 11 people, 12, 20 some people. Can't really ever fade away in jiu-jitsu. It's always just you. Yes, you're a team, but it's still it comes down to just you. Or Taekwondo, it still comes down to just you.
It's a single person sport. Or
art.
If you're losing, it's all on you.
Yeah. Whose fault is that? Shit. So, but yeah, I get that.
I mean, Robert's injured right now, and he's still going to class.
What's wrong with you now?
Look at his face.
Oh, my face. Apparently, I have a bruise.
Oh, you do?
Okay,
a little bit.
You can see it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you pointed it out. But like, I
wouldn't have
right
noticed
when he got
it.
to the door. I was like, dude, oh, there goes my mic. Caught it. We're good.
Professional.
It's sitting on a chair.
Yeah, I mean, my setup's a lot more rinky dink than yours.
It is. We look better.
That's the point. You're on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just the guy. We'll see if it stays this time.
He likes being over there.
Yeah, it was.
He doesn't like being over here.
I almost I had a thought that I should like post on the Grappling Dads Facebook page, like if I get 100 likes, I will drag Austin on camera. I didn't do that though.
We can still do that.
He doesn't like being on camera.
I've been on camera.
I know you don't like it.
No, it's not my go-to.
No, it's not your thing.
I've done it for work too, and I'm like, why? There's so many more attractive people and more eloquent people in this building. You chose me to put in front of a freaking camera? What are you doing?
Yeah, it is pretty dumb. I wouldn't put him on camera if I didn't have to.
Sorry. This was Paul's idea. And partially yours.
What?
We had the chat at Paul's house, like, let's do live stuff. Let's go live. It's worked.
Yeah, that was me.
Well, there you go, dumbass.
Also, hey, asshat, guess who his idea to bring you on here?
That's your mistake.
That's me.
I'll go play fucking video games. I don't care.
Oh, you see how much he doesn't care about the show?
He got a PlayStation, so
he got a PlayStation. And he has an Xbox coming.
Now that's all he talked about Saturday morning.
What?
And a new monitor.
Oh,
she's a little curved
screen.
Nerd
I know.
Over here.
Thanks, Biden. It's so not political,
shit.
but kind of.
Not a thing.
You know what I spent all my stimulus money on?
What?
Guns. No.
Oh,
guns.
yeah. I saw your post that you're playing with your new toys.
Yes, I did that before I come in here. I had to test fire the new rifle, the new Glock.
Had to de-stress before you get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's very tough to do this job.
We're gonna get canceled talking about guns now.
Yeah, we move on from most things pretty quickly. We still are amazed we haven't been canceled.
Right. It's only a matter of time.
Well, you're not big enough to be canceled.
That's what she said.
We're bigger than we thought we were.
That's what she said.
That's not that bad. That wasn't that great. But yeah, it's you'd be amazed. You don't have to be very big to get canceled.
No,
you really don't. I just saw an article today, and there was some guy who runs like an art gallery in Los Angeles, but he's also a comedian that I've never freaking heard of.
Yeah,
he's being canceled.
Yeah,
this is how far we've gone.
Yeah,
it's not even a D-list celebrity. I've never even heard of this guy.
You're not even a celebrity, and you somehow got canceled.
Right, and there's an article about it.
It's freaking weird, man.
You know what Robert's doing in a few weeks that you refuse to do?
Competition?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, which one?
Fuji in Kalamazoo.
Oh, in Kalamazoo.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, my don't tell my daughter. She'll want to go. I don't want to take her.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to take her.
You're live on YouTube. Does she watch?
No.
Okay, she's
No.
smart.
She's 15, doesn't care.
Your whole family's smarter than you.
Everything Dad does
Clearly.
is dumb.
No, my kids actually really like me. It's weird.
Yeah, for now.
No, the 15-year-old still likes me a lot.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
She really is.
Yeah.
She's a rare bird, man. No, the only reason is I work in Kalamazoo. I have no interest in going back there
Oh,
again.
gotcha.
And I work 65 hours a week, so I'm good.
I think Larry and I are going to go. We can take her.
You should be competing.
He's been hurt a lot,
It's
and
not
it takes
even-
him away from tennis too.
That's the thing. We start middle school
Yeah.
tennis, and I coach, and it's like if I can't walk that Monday, I am effed. I'm the only coach right now.
You see this? This is a look
I know
of
you
judgment.
got one.
I got those judgy eyes on you.
Austin, I
might
got
do
you.
it. I might do it. We'll see. But anyway, Robert's gonna
Competitions are
compete.
stupid.
How many times have you competed?
In jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
This will be my third time, so I've only done two jiu-jitsu.
You did the GR
competitions.
one.
Yep. And then I did one in...
You do the Lansing one?
No, I did
No.
one in Indiana.
Yeah.
Crown Point,
Oh,
Indiana. That was my
How-
first tournament.
how'd those go?
Fine. It was definitely... The first one was definitely a shock. Like, I did not expect to come after that aggressively.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I got taken down real quick and put in an Americana, which is just my kryptonite. I friggin' hate Americanas, and it wasn't even a good one, but I heard crunching in my elbow, so I'm like,
You gotta let that go.
oh yeah, it was a quick one.
You got bumped up at the
last
one that I was at.
Yeah, I got bumped up a weight class because, well, I'm small.
Yeah, there
And
was
it's-
no one in his weight class.
nobody there.
And guess what? It was a big jump. That dude was way bigger than you.
Mhm. I beat the one guy.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
But size doesn't matter. But in competition, when you're a blue belt or below, for sure, guess what? Fucking
matters.
size
Yeah.
matters, man. It sucks because it's just pure adrenaline and power. It's not. It's watching the purple belts roll comparative to the blues and less.
Oh yeah.
Totally different energy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
You know
weird.
what I mean? It's weird.
And you were a white belt at the time, both times.
Yes. Oh yeah. So this will be my first one time as a
First
blue
time
belt.
blue belt.
Nice.
yeah. And what I always forget, what are the changes between white and blue?
I get a couple more submissions. I'm
Yeah,
allowed
that's
to
it.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they're submissions I would do. They're not part of my game. So
Yeah.
this is really no difference.
Doesn't really help anything
Yeah.
for you. Nice.
Your competitors are scouting this right now. You're fucked. You're fucked. They are scouting you. I
No.
do have a question.
Oh.
I'm catching everything left and right. here.
That would have been bad.
I do have a question from the audience.
Oh, who's this?
Ask Robert what the transition from karate striking to MMA striking was like for you.
Oh.
Who
That's
asked?
That's from Q.
I was going to say it has to be someone that knows him.
Yeah.
It was not a big difference because, I mean, striking is striking. There's only so many ways you can throw a punch.
I was gonna say, what is the difference?
What I got from MMA striking that I wasn't getting from karate was angles, how to take angles
Okay,
and
yeah, yeah.
manipulate the movement of your opponent. That was huge. That was a game changer for me when I started learning that because when I'm in karate, all the drills we do are like
It's
up and-
linear.
Yeah,
It's very linear.
straight line,
Yeah.
up and down the floor. Most
Yep.
of it is solo drills, and then when we get to sparring, we're being yelled at by our senseis, masters. Take an angle, circle around them, circle around. I'm like, okay, I'm trying. I think I'm doing it, but
Yeah.
I'm not because we didn't drill it.
Yeah.
So actually getting to learn it was mind blowing.
Oh, I bet.
And it's a huge part of my game now, especially as a southpaw fighter. I can take angles on right-handed people that just normally righty on righty don't get,
Well, no.
So-
No, you're, yeah.
and it confuses them. So it's
Oh,
awesome.
I bet. Yeah. Southpaws are always confusing. You can't find enough that actually spar that way.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is, I'm right-handed too. Like Jamal.
Yeah.
Jamal is also right-handed.
and he fights Southpaw.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Jamal also can switch, but I can switch too because that's another thing I got from karate was we do everything on both sides.
Both sides.
We don't pick a side and then stick with it. We do both sides. all
Which
the
is
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you do that? Like, why do you fight southpaw if you're not left-handed?
For me, I just like having my dominant hand in front of me. Just have my most powerful
Your
weapon.
lead hand is in front.
Yeah, I'm very jab heavy. I use my lead hand a lot. So, and I switch back and forth. So I use different techniques, different combinations on each side.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things I do from a southpaw stance that I won't do right-handed and vice versa.
That makes sense.
When you say take an angle, what the hell does that mean? Because I've heard Johnny say it. He said it to me when he and I were just doing some random jiu-jitsu drill, and he goes, "You got to get this angle," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm
So
just an idiot, but you know.
basically just, I mean, it is what It sounds like take an
it's
angle.
not standing in front of them.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
coming from a straight
Yeah.
line. Sorry, I did boxing. So
Right. Yeah.
it's
so
all
you know.
about an angle.
Yes.
It's
So we're
all
here
about the angles.
facing each other, and then I hop over here,
Yep.
like or over there.
I duck, I swim, I do things like that that are going to take. Great way to do it is, or to think about it is, curler's big into off center line,
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. That's
right?
exactly it.
Everything's off center line, so striking, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Don't be on that center line.
Nope.
Because that's probably where they're sitting.
Mhm. You want to be able to hit them without
Yep.
them being able
hit
to hit
you. So if you come at them straight, guess what? They can come right back at you straight.
What would you say your end goal is for all this? Because I think Kip and I are probably alike. And
oh, ninja, right? Ninja.
Ninjas aren't real.
I know. Shut up.
Spider-Man
Don't take that
taught me
away from
otherwise.
me.
I think Kip and I are probably alike in the fact that, if we get a black belt, it'd be cool. I mean, but if we don't, we don't.
Yeah, I'm having
you
fun
know.
getting there. Yeah.
I'm more of a tennis player than a jiu-jitsu guy, so
And-
brown belt in tennis, like I said, something like that, just to talk out of my ass. But for you, I think you have bigger aspirations than Kip and I.
Yeah. So before I got before I got my blue belt, when I first started gi jiu-jitsu, where I got a rank, I wanted to teach jiu-jitsu one day, like have my own class, just like I have my own taekwondo class. It's just like teach taekwondo and then have like a jiu-jitsu class afterwards. I don't know. The more I've gotten into it, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. Obviously, I'm still going for black belt. I'm in it for the long run. I'm gonna get my black belt and keep going after that. This is my life. I eat, breathe, and sleep martial arts. So, but yeah, there's just so much to learn in jiu-jitsu. Like I'm even now, the little that I know and know well, I don't always feel comfortable teaching it to people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not my bread and butter like striking is. I can teach anybody striking, but
how
jiu-jitsu is
many
so
years have you been doing striking? It's the same
exactly
idea.
a lot longer.
Yeah, it's the same idea. It's freaking second nature to take angles, teach angles, and teach those things now.
Yeah.
And how to throw a kick.
Right.
Fucking, you don't have that in jiu-jitsu. You've been doing it much less time. So, and there's just so many nuances to jiu-jitsu and to become a coach. Because somebody just asked me that, and Austin. I think it was Paul Elliott, maybe, who asked us that shit. Roy, maybe.
Maybe it was Roy.
I don't know. We have groups with everyone. It's really annoying. It was Roy. He asked, we're both coaches.
Oh, it was
Because we
Roy.
are. Because I've coached soccer. He's coached. And he's like, would you ever want to coach jiu-jitsu? Both of us are like, no.
It's overwhelming.
There's too much shit to do.
Yeah.
I have so many great rules in soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. And so does he. In tennis.
Tennis.
I can teach within these great lines because I can only teach within these great lines. Guess what? In jiu-jitsu, it's not that way.
Right.
There's too much what ifs in
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu to become a coach. For me, no. I hate showing people things now.
Right.
And people are like, oh, you've been here a long time. Yep. Can you show me this? No.
Nope.
Are you a jerk? Yes, but that's not why I'm not showing you.
Yeah, I hate it when white belts ask me advice, and I'm like, I don't know. Ask Justin. Ask Chad.
Do you see what color my belt is?
Yeah.
Barely a different color from yours. Go away.
What do you do when a white belt asks you that? Because in Nogi especially, we've had a bunch of new guys, and it's like, I don't know what to tell these kids. You're like twice my size already.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I tell you
Yeah.
as far as how to like beat me? Lay on me, bro. You'll win.
Yeah. No, that's been happening a lot lately. we've
a lot of big
got a
dudes,
lot
man.
of big new white belts in gi and no gi, and they've just been laying on me.
Yeah, you see what I do to them now. Want to roll? No.
Yeah,
Hard pass.
I do that so rarely. I have done it, but it's usually because I'm currently injured. If I'm not injured, I feel
I just
like
get injured a lot, though.
Yeah.
So I fake injury now. I just do. Do you want to roll? Oh, no, that's okay. And they're like, oh, you hurt? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
My neck sucks.
And actually, this came up in Jen's episode. We were talking about using strength in jiu-jitsu. Jen said, someone like you, who is probably about the same weight as her, you could still hold her down because you've got more muscle as a man. You've rolled with Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot. They've rolled together a lot.
He's like,
I'm not very strong.
Well, I mean, clearly.
damn.
So I've never had strength to rely on in grappling.
You are
So-
stronger than you think, though, because I was surprised with your just your build. I'm like, man, he's a small dude,
Yeah.
and I was surprised. I'm like, no, he's pretty strong. It's not like you're overwhelmed, like, oh my
Right,
god,
right.
but you're stronger than you think you are.
I don't know. If Jen thinks I could hold her down with just strength, then I guess I would take her word for it. But I don't feel that way.
My wife is strong.
Yeah.
My wife, because just by the natural build, women don't have as much upper body strength.
Right.
It's just by the way their muscles are set up. My wife, yeah, she's strong as shit.
Yeah, and I think her jiu-jitsu is good enough that she wouldn't let me. I'm not strong enough to negate her jiu-jitsu. I would just say that.
No.
Maybe like Seth, who was the same height-ish as me, but he's stronger than me. Maybe him. Maybe he could.
Yeah, I could see that. But
I'm not very strong, so.
Neither am I. I don't even have old man strength.
Aww.
It just sucks.
Maybe in like 10 years.
Yeah, hopefully
Old
it just
man
comes
strength in
back.
10 years? Yeah.
10 years? How old do you think Kip is?
Kip's 40. 42? Oh, okay.
I'll be 43 in
8
July.
years.
Yeah.
8 years. You're getting there, Bell.
I can't wait.
I like how you both just stop. And
Well,
look at me.
you look like you're reading something.
I'm all over the place right now.
I can
I'm
see
on
that.
YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the
Lord.
document I created. I'm all over the place.
You didn't send me said document this time.
This is like the one that I did.
Oh,
for
it's
that
super simple. I
shitty
gotcha, I
podcast
gotcha, I
that we
gotcha.
didn't
Yeah.
record. So I'm kind of twerking it. Twerking it?
I
Tweaking
don't think that was what you
tweaking it.
wanted.
Tweaking
Twerking it. Austin's twerking.
it. That's the second time something weird has been done behind the camera. Last week I took my shirt off.
What?
Not literally, but that's how it sounded.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
It definitely
okay.
sounded like that.
I
He
don't
did
remember
not.
that
I was
part.
flexing, and then Jen goes, "Look, he's strong," and it's like now it just looks like I'm like taking
Yeah.
my shirt off,
Yeah.
flexing.
And then my wife flexed. It was pretty funny, actually.
I took a still shot of it, put it on the YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
I
that was
see-
good.
I saw that
Yeah.
today.
There you go. Competition. So, have you
Yeah.
competed in Taekwondo?
Yeah, I've done the local karate tournaments.
What is that like compared to jiu-jitsu? Because
I don't like point karate.
what is point karate?
Point karate, basically, you only have 2 minutes. First of all, it's a running time, and you just go back and forth. If somebody lands a shot,
Just keep going. It's fine.
okay. If somebody,
Freaking Mike, man.
I hope you don't pay this guy.
No, clearly not.
Okay.
I got cool top mount gear though.
He does get free gear, that's for sure.
Thanks,
So
Al.
in point karate, you're going back and forth, and somebody lands a shot. The judges, the refs separate you. They call for points, and it's majority whoever.
Has the most amount of
Yeah.
points wins.
Yeah, basically. And it's not realistic. It's not.
It looks
fighting.
super awkward
You
because
know-
it's kick, kicks, whatever, move,
Yeah.
stop,
Yep. That's what I
kick, kick,
Yep.
stop. I'm like, this looks weird.
way too much stopping and starting
Yeah.
for me, and it's not realistic. You are limited in what you can do because you can't kick to the legs. If you knock your opponent out in some competitions, like the local ones around here,
You lose?
Yeah, you lose. You get disqualified. You can't draw, if
Awesome.
you draw blood. I've been disqualified for drawing blood.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Using your skill correctly, you
I know.
bastard.
I know.
Even accidental?
Yeah, even accidental because
you just-
it's you have to have control. You have to be able to pull your punches and kicks, which is one of the
Defeats the point of the whole thing to me.
kind of.
To me,
Just
it
get a
does.
bloody nose every match and be like, oh, well, he drew blood.
Right.
DQ
I would
him.
hit myself.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I've hidden bloody noses and bloody lips so that
Yeah, you could
I
keep
wouldn't
going.
get a win that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to keep going. But it's just not realistic, and you can't. At least the way that I was taught and the way I train and teach, point karate is not what we train for. We train for self defense, real fighting.
Yeah.
So point karate competitions, it's kind of hard for me. Jiu-jitsu competition though, I can do basically everything I do in class.
Yeah.
In a competition.
Yep.
So
True.
I as far as that goes, I prefer jiu-jitsu competition over karate competition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
hmm
Stupid rules.
Yeah, hate rules.
Hate stupid rules.
Yeah, why can't I just spearhand somebody in the eye?
Yeah, done. Game over.
Yeah,
I
man,
win.
who cannot see cannot
I
fight.
literally win.
Who are the fighters who just did that last weekend? Got his eye clipped and
Oh,
bloody.
Muhammad.
Bilal
Yeah.
Muhammad, and
Yeah.
Dude, that was bad.
Yeah.
His eye looked nasty. I'm like, are you blind now? Because he just kept saying he
Yeah.
couldn't see, and his
Right.
eye was open. Like, usually you hear that. They're like, I can't see, and their eyes literally closed. His eye was open,
Yeah.
and he's like, can't see. I'm like, oh.
yeah, and he even you could see blood coming out of his
Out
eye.
of his
did,
eye.
Did you see like the still photo of it? He like pulled his eyelid.
Eyelid.
Yeah.
Yep. It was nasty,
it's
dude.
gnarly.
Nasty.
Hey, you know what? I didn't lose any money on that though. It was
my
void.
God.
My bet was void because it went.
Oh, yeah, because it was not even a notice. It was no
Yeah,
contest.
no contest,
So
yeah.
it didn't do shit.
It's funny because I bet Aljamain Sterling, and he technically got the win. Even
So
though,
stupid.
hey, betting wise, I don't give a fuck. That's
No.
money.
I'll
Right,
take that
right.
win all day.
That is not how I thought he would
Aljamain
win.
should not take that win.
No.
I mean,
And then he's calling out other fighters instead.
Yeah,
of,
that was what I had a
That's real
huge problem.
That's
Did
the
you hear
lame
that?
part, yeah.
Like, for one thing, he's sitting there at the after party with the belt on your shoulder. Nope. Brother, you
Lame.
didn't earn that and you know it.
Lame.
You put the effort in. I'll give you all that. Put the competition in. He was looking good.
Right.
Yan was not looking his normal. Yan will just go forward. That's what he couldn't against Al.
Right.
Al was doing the right shit. However, you didn't win that, dude.
Nope.
Put that belt down. You can go ahead and call yourself the champ because you're going to get paid more.
Yeah.
Go ahead all day. Do that. But don't start calling out other people when you didn't even beat the
you
guy
gotta
to get
run
the
it back.
freaking.
You
Yeah, you
gotta
got to
beat
run it
him,
back.
yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. And what I realized this morning after last night, there are no more American UFC champions.
Yeah, I know you posted that. It was kind of sad.
Sterling doesn't count.
Fuck no, he doesn't count. That doesn't count for squat.
Oh, yeah, because Stipe was the last one,
Yep.
technically. Damn. Well, John Jones probably next.
How?
No.
Well,
Jones
dude,
versus
they don't.
Ngannou?
They don't know what they're doing with him. Because there's rumors that he wants to go back to 205. There's rumors that he's going to fight Ngannou. The problem is, I think after seeing his videos, he looks slow as shit at that size.
Looks
Like
big.
super
and
slow.
slow.
I haven't seen any videos, but I've seen
There's-
a
there's-
picture of him, and he looks really chubby in the face.
Yeah, like it
Like,
doesn't
not
look like he
muscly.
can carry that weight like he needs to, and he looks slow. That like I'm sure it was a light spar, but I've seen his light spars back in his light heavyweight days, and I was impressed with how long he is and how quick he was for that length. He looks slow in those ones, so I don't think it's the right weight for him. His body's not made for it. Just like
I still want to see it.
fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
pay for it. Gordon Ryan, too. He's going to go back into the MMA world.
It's kind of his agreement is a grappling agreement moving into MMA. So when he first is in there, he's just doing grappling,
Sure.
which is freaking stupid.
I mean, he's calling his shots and he's hitting all of his submissions every time he goes in these tournaments.
Oh no, he had to, but he has to go to MMA. He doesn't
Right.
need to go to a different place to fucking grapple.
Right. But
Like and one. I swear the one championship just did that so they could sign him. They're like, here, you can do grappling for a minute.
well,
Which is fine, but that's not what I want to see Gordon do.
right. They should have just said, "Hey, when you're ready."
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Right, but like,
but he's going to be doing grappling
Yes.
in that.
Yeah, he
In
wants to get paid. And they want to lock
oh,
him
and
in.
he should.
Yeah.
He doesn't make enough for how dominant he's been in the amount of steroids he has taken over the years. I mean, I got to earn him something.
is he clean?
Fuck no.
Like, does he test?
They don't test very well in jiu-jitsu.
Okay,
at all.
I didn't think so.
I mean, it's there.
He's like
from
John
what I've
Jones
heard.
clean.
Yeah.
You're not really clean, bro.
Look at most of the top people in jiu-jitsu, just being honest. They're fucking humongous, and not just humongous, ripped.
Right,
Ripped.
like me.
Yeah, they clang and bang.
Yeah, that. Hate you both. But yeah, we've talked about that in the past show, and we got lit up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right around that when Ados got the. Do you remember anything about that? Like 2 years ago,
Sounds kind of familiar.
they were at a competition. There was a big, I think it was an IBJJF, and everybody was going at Ados for just their whole team being on steroids. There was like a fight in the hands, and people were threatening other people. It was like, yeah. And I mean, dude, there's physique, and then there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, Nicky Ryan, did you see him? He went from, like, didn't even go through puberty yet, but somehow or another, he put, like, fucking 80 pounds
It
of
was
mass
insane.
on. I'm like, what? Dude, that was like 3 months ago. Picture. Stick figure, Adonis. What? No, that's
That
not
doesn't
how the human body works.
Doesn't happen naturally.
And I can't blame you if you're at the top of that sport and you're not going to get caught. You want to be the best at that, and everyone's doing it. It's freaking just like baseball.
It's like baseball. Yeah.
When baseball freaking had the steroid era, guess what? The steroids didn't just go in the fucking hitters. They went in the pitchers too. So Roger Clemens, hello. Steroid losing son of a bitch.
Wow.
It's cheating though, just in
Yeah.
general. It lessened. You suck
Finally,
today.
he had to drop something finally. Couldn't catch that
At least
one.
it's the
could you,
one in a
loser?
good case though.
You're right.
So.
Otterbox. Brought to you.
But yeah, steroids in jiu-jitsu is just stupid. It just sucks because it leads to making the sport look bad. Speaking of that, the fight that I'll show you the fight that I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
I found it in BJJ Everything.
Did you? Yeah.
We might do a thing right after this.
Yeah, because it's sick. It's a guy supposedly, one of those things where, he came in and challenged him.
Was he another martial artist or just
so if you read the article that's attached with the video, the guy claims to be a heavyweight pro MMA fighter. Clearly he's not. The guy never even threw a punch or anything while like grappling. If you're an MMA fighter and you're getting your ass whooped, first thing you're going to try doing is throwing a punch from whatever position you're in. He didn't try shit. Dude slapping him in the face. It starts off and he starts slapping him in the face because the video starts like whoever was at the gym didn't start it when the whole altercation had happened, but he slaps him in the face a few times. I'm like, that's a little testy. And then he just beats him down and then finally gets to his back and goes to choke him out. So the guy's obviously been choked before because he doesn't go out right away. Because you know how that is. Your first time getting a rear naked choke, you think you're going to. So they've been choked before. So he's not going out. He's bigger than the guy. He taps. Guy keeps holding on to the toe. Guy taps and says, enough. I'm done. Enough. And he keeps holding on, changing it from one side to the other. I'm like, this is kind of fucked up. Yeah. And then he gets him worn down enough to the point where he ends up just throwing fist. He's on top and just boom, boom. Then he stands up and I'm like, okay, it's finally over. Nope, starts soccer kicking him.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's nasty. It's one of the worst I've seen. The guy can't even walk around. And he throws his stuff out the front door. It says, get out. And then the guy's just staggering around bleeding. Yeah. It's a bad video. Wow. It makes jiu-jitsu look like utter shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the choke, holding on to the choke and change it up.
Right there.
I can understand that, I guess. You can control that a little better than
he wasn't.
No?
Watch the video. He wasn't controlling.
Okay.
He was trying to put the guy out. He was trying his fucking best to take him out, to put him out. A good choke, you just nice and calm, and you're here.
Squeezing.
He was squeezing the shit out of it. He was trying to put him out, and when he couldn't, he kicked him in the face. Yeah. It was bad. It did not make jiu-jitsu look good. That's a black eye to our freaking community for sure.
I think we'll survive.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe.
But I get it. The guy came in and threw a punch at him to start the whole thing. It's just not on video. So there is a precedent behind it. But I never, if you're, and Tom DeBlas is in that video, like in the article, like saying how it's just not good, blah blah blah. And if Tom DeBlas doesn't like it, Tom DeBlas is kind of a douche, dude. Right. That's bad. But he does bring up a good point. It's like if you're an instructor, you should be able to control yourself even if somebody fucking comes at you like that. And you should just make it playful, make it fun for yourself, and make that dude feel fucking dumb. And you can. But beating the shit out of him and then kicking the dude and punching him till he bleeds.
Literally kicking him while he's down.
Yeah. The dude couldn't stop. He just kept asking him to stop while he punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Dude, stop. I'm like,
up.
Dude, this is terrible, bro. You've belittled him to the point where he's crying as an adult to stop getting punched. And you're like, fuck it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh. No means no.
Yeah, just let it go, man.
In that instance as well.
Oh, it's bad, man.
If he came in there and started just wailing on your students like randomly, then maybe beat
him
up a little bit more.
Beat him up.
Self-defense,
Yeah.
But maybe it's from the sounds of it, from his side of the story, the guy started it. Like there was a shove and a punch thrown. Okay, you made your point once he couldn't even stand up.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need to start punch him in the face. Like, dude, you just kind of defeated the whole thing that you accomplished. Also, not letting go of a choke. You've been taught better than that, bro.
Right.
You've been taught better. Come on now. You're an instructor.
You know who does make jiu-jitsu look good? Paul Elliott.
Oh, Paul Elliott does. He's
got a question for Robert.
Oh!
I know, right? Are there any concepts from Taekwondo that apply to jiu-jitsu?
Some of the self-defense stuff is the same. That
really?
like the wrist grab defenses, bear hug defenses, a lot of that was stuff I've seen a million times before, so that wasn't nothing new.
That was nothing new for you? Nice.
Self-defense program, very similar.
So you cheated to get your blue belt, essentially.
I just was ahead of the curve.
There you go.
Getting my blue belt was funny. Like right after the group right after me getting their blue belts, I always felt bad when they'd come up and ask me how I kept from being nervous the day of the test.
Yeah,
And
kind
I'm
of
like,
been through this.
That's
I'm
exactly
good.
it. I felt bad because I'm like, well, I wasn't. And they're like, what? You weren't nervous? I'm freaking out. I'm like, yeah, it's just another test for me. I've done a million tests. Like, felt bad. Like, I have no advice for you. This is just a walk in the park for
That's
me.
awesome. You're confident. I'm just that stupid that I was not nervous. Everyone's like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "No, why?" they're like, "Dude, you have to remember a lot of stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. If I fuck up, whatever."
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst that would happen if you were to fail that test?
Well, no, that was it. I didn't care.
Right.
Like,
Do it.
I really want my blue
redo
belt.
it.
I'll do it again.
Right.
I don't care. I know Chad will let me do it again. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just do it again.
Yeah.
I don't lose my job and my money. So,
Right. You don't lose your family.
Yeah, I'm
you don't lose
good.
your kids. Right.
My wife might leave me if I didn't pass.
Would you?
She might.
She didn't have a blue belt at the time.
She would have stayed for the kids.
I don't know. That would have been tough.
That's depressing. She doesn't love you, but she would have stayed for the kids.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Heard she was going on dates with other men, so, you know.
Yeah, that was you.
It was me.
Yeah, it was you.
We finally got lunch like we'd been planning for months, and she texts Kip. She goes, I'm on a date with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you texting him? Then I'm on a date with you. It's like, oh, okay. He's going to think that's completely stupid. Or he's not going to know who it is.
Actually, I didn't. I said which one. I didn't know. Didn't know.
Just me. I'm not threatening.
Yeah, it's my wife. No one threatens me. Don't care. My wife is good. It's been 18 years. We're good.
God. 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a person. My kid's going to drive this year, man. I'm old.
That's crazy. My cousin is the one who I teach is about the same age as Addie. Maybe they're a year apart. I think he's 16. And he's learning to drive right now, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's super
Like,
weird.
I remember going to the hospital to see him when he was a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, what? No, you are driving?
Yeah, I have to buy a car for you now? I'm used to just buying you, like, candy. Now I got to buy you a freaking car?
Get her a fake car. It's like a candy car.
No, I need her to go somewhere. Help me out.
You're excited not to drive her everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need help, man. We got 2 full-time jobs that we do not work 40 hours. Neither one of us work 40 hours. We're
You
well
work
over.
more, for the record.
Well over.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say that nowadays, it's like, I don't work 40 hours. I work 20. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm working from
'Cause
home.
I'm working from
I
home.
wish.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Robert, what do you do outside of jiu-jitsu? and
He's a
taekwondo?
painter.
Yeah, not much. I'm a work. I'm a painter.
Yeah, he's a painter.
Yeah.
Did you
So
paint-
he was essential. He
I
was paying a
I was
hospital, so
essential.
he never got any
Yeah,
time off either.
that was cool, but also disappointing at the same time because there was only 2 of us in the company that kept working. Everybody else went
Took
on
time
with-
off.
Yeah, but because 2 of us were paying a freaking hospital, it got considered essential work.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get the cool unemployment benefits like all my coworkers were bragging about
Yep.
making so much more money than us. Like, I mean, my company took care of us; they gave us extra money, but it wasn't the same.
Right.
It didn't.
Yeah, I'm in the position where if I'm working, I still make more than what they're fucking giving out. So
Right.
I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind the time off.
I just see. I didn't want to have nothing to do all day. Like I'm always go.
Oh, I would have been
Same.
bored after
I
3 days.
would've gone
I was
crazy.
I got quarantined at the end of January
Uh-huh.
because Jen, I was bored as shit. I ended up not doing anything. I'm like, I'm so bored. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit here.
Yeah, I've done that.
Awesome.
Just
Yeah,
all that
super annoying.
Sound like a nightmare to me. So
Yeah, you're good. Just keep working.
yeah,
Just keep
Yep.
working. I have BJJ everything questions. We're
Ooh,
already wrapping close to an hour here.
Nice.
Let's go.
killing
Time
it.
flies. How do you feel about the term American Jiu-Jitsu? That's an actual question in the
I know.
group.
No, it's out there.
I never.
It's
thought
out
of that.
there.
I've never heard it.
It's out there. It's a new thing,
I've never heard
actually,
of it
that
either.
they've been talking about is American Jiu-Jitsu. Tell me what's different.
Yeah.
Just
I-
because you take a move that's already been done and rename it? Eddie Bravo.
Americana.
Yeah, I suppose there has to be an actual difference to the move. Like same move that tweaked a little bit.
But is that a new art then? That you just tweak something?
I guess it.
Because
I mean,
look at the difference between Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, which
Yeah.
is very, very not taekwondo, judo-esque, very judo-esque. It has almost no groundwork in
Right.
it. So, and then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's almost a different sport. What we're doing in America that's so different, because I've talked to Croyler about different moves like Eddie Bravo just comes to mind. I have no problem with Eddie Bravo or anything. Like, I think it's pretty cool what they do, and his competitions are really cool. But a lot of the moves they're doing and renaming or naming it like, this is a move I asked Crawler about. Guess what? Crawler's like, no, that's this. Nope, that was this. It's not new moves. It may be a new tweak on it, but it's still in essence the same damn move that was taught or that has been in existence. So I think it's horseshit.
I guess I don't have a huge problem with it.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, there's American karate, American freestyle karate.
What's the difference?
It's just they do stuff a little different. I think it's less traditional. I'm not sure. There's so many different styles of karate, but I don't know.
And let's say it, AJJ sounds stupid.
Yeah, kind of does. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
No. So here's a little podcasting tip. You got to take hard lines. If they're stupid, it's just what I do. It's like, hey, I'm going to die on this bridge.
I'm going to die on this bridge. I just saw that Craig Jones is going to fight Gabby Garcia.
Yeah, that got postponed. That was supposed to be today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got postponed. Now it's going to be done in Japan or some shit. I don't know.
That sounds right.
So I've got a side-by-side comparison. Age 37 for Jones, 30 for Gabby. Gabby's 6'6".
only 30?
Gabby's not 6'6", is she?
Yeah, she's fucking huge, bro.
She's 6'6", 285.
You haven't seen? Dude,
I've seen her, but
Chad was showing me pictures the other day because I just know the name. I'd never seen her.
She's fucking huge.
She's rich.
She makes Cyborg look small.
Yeah.
285 though.
I don't know if she's 285. That's pretty hard to get to.
insane.
I mean, this does look like a Photoshop
But
match card, but still.
She is very big.
And it's on Craig Jones's Instagram, so I think he's trolling.
That is a definite possibility. That's something Craig Jones would do.
Because then he goes pronouns, he, him, pronouns,
he's being
hers. He's trolling.
Yeah, he's trolling her. 285, that would be really hard to get to. She's probably 6'2", 6'3", I would think, which is
I have a computer on my lap. I can Google it.
You could, but you have one hand.
I know. I'm making
Because
sure
the other
He's
one's
still holding on to that.
It's awesome.
She is huge, though. Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, she's very...
6'2", 235.
There you go. That's big,
still
man.
big.
That's big.
That's like John Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. She's big. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
do you hear Jones said he would retire if he loses?
No, I didn't hear that.
He says all kinds of shit. He doesn't care. That dude's unique. Him and Jeff Glover are just two unique characters.
Let's see if I can find John Jones's size and weight. He is 205. Not really.
Not really. No.
Because he's
huge.
way up there. 6'4".
Yeah, so he's taller.
So let's say he's...
But not a whole lot.
Yeah. Gabby Garcia versus John Jones. Book it.
No.
No? You're not into that idea?
No.
Me neither.
It was worth a shot.
I've seen her throw punches. It's not going to go well.
I've seen her throw punches.
Well, she's done MMA and stuff.
Has
so
she really?
Yeah.
Why?
Make money, man.
Oh, okay.
That would be my assumption.
I
Well,
just-
her from the looks of it, I have no clue if it's actually true. Her and Cyborg, I know they've trained together in the past. They look like they're pretty tight. I don't know. I've seen them in a lot of pictures together, so who knows?
Have you ever gassed out after a round and then the next round felt completely fresh?
Yeah.
I don't
Weirdest crap ever.
I don't gas out very often.
This was a long time ago for me too. I don't really gas out because I that's one of my goals is to not gas out.
I'm very good at conserving energy.
Yeah. I'm not good at it. I just don't try very hard.
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. That's how I do it.
Conserving, not trying.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know if I've ever gassed out one round and felt great the next round.
Yeah.
I have, like, oddly enough, like, I got just enough time in between rounds to, like, go, yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my wind came back.
Yeah.
I could see that. I've done kind of that. Never been, like, super fresh, but, yeah, like, fresher than the previous round that I gassed the fuck out in, yeah.
Any device rolling with long hair?
Austin?
No.
During
This
a
happened
competition, what
Saturday.
should you do?
Well, this happened Saturday when you had Robert had me in guillotine, and it was a good guillotine, first of all. But
I didn't know it was.
He didn't know it was.
Happening. I'm like, why? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I also had hair down my throat. I'm like, son of a...
Well, at least he didn't pull it out of his mouth like he did during a competition and got fucking Americana.
I tapped this time and just like, I'm done.
Yeah, why
You
not?
win. It's
Who
practice.
cares? It's practice.
Yep.
Gi versus no gi. What do you prefer?
Probably no-gi.
Yeah, shocker.
Well, just because I do more of it and I feel like I'm better at it. So it makes me feel better about
But it's
myself.
like 30% of actual jiu-jitsu. I don't know. I saw a meme.
God.
That was a meme. I brought it up on another
I
show.
know.
I think when I first started training in the gi, I started to prefer gi just because it was new. It was new
Yeah,
to me.
new toy. Yeah.
basically. And then I started going back more to no gi. I don't know. I'm just better at it, I feel like. So
Yeah.
So-
Well, dude, everybody has a preference. Paul is really the only person on the show that hates no-gi. Like,
Yeah.
he despises no-gi. I don't like no-gi because I'm a sensory person.
Right.
And it grosses me out. Like, I can't even argue.
I don't even notice.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do in gi. Like, if I ever miss it and I grab somebody's, like, rash guard after...
You know what? I do notice, like, when I do the advanced class, but I don't do the beginner class. So when the people that stay for both and I start grip fighting with them and they're all gross, and like, that's when I notice. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fresh. I'm not sweaty yet, but they are. That's when I notice. Like,
So when you
ugh.
notice that, try to
Yeah.
think, that's my brain the whole time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I'm sweaty too. I'm just like, this is gross, this is gross, this is gross. I've tapped to being grossed out. Somebody put their gross ass freaking chest on me. And I was like, yeah, you win. They're like, what'd you tap to? I'm like, you're really good at this. Keep your sweaty ass away from me.
One thing I can't stand, kind of similar to that, is in no-gi when people wear loose clothing, a loose t-shirt that gets all nice and sweaty, and then they get side control and they put their
Yeah.
chest on my face, and I'm breathing in their
Chest.
shirt. Their shirt,
Yeah.
it's going down my throat. And I'm like, ah.
On
That I
Saturday.
hate.
Oh, that's gross.
I hate it when nobody wears tight clothes. You got if you're doing no-gi, you
That sounds so funny.
Right.
I hate when people don't wear tight clothes. I agree.
I had someone sweat my mouth on Saturday.
Well, I've had that.
I
I've
get
had
over that pretty quickly.
that's oddly enough, it grosses me out, but it's my hands and like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
get
like
it.
touch.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's bad.
It's bad.
Well, Jen told everybody last week, like, if you put fabric on my tongue, I'll die. Just die.
So you've never licked this microphone then?
Maybe.
like weight loss journeys in the BJJ Everything group, and I just don't get it.
Well,
I get it. You're more active, and it is a form of cardio, but it's. I don't know. I just wouldn't use it as a.
I haven't seen anybody lose a shit ton of weight without having like a workout
Other than.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's just what my experience with guys that have lost weight, and I'm sure we're wrong. Actually, I know there's a few listeners because they've told me
Look at
about
this
it.
guy.
They're-
Just from jujitsu?
Just from jiu-jitsu,
That's
though?
what he's saying.
Because I did jiu-jitsu before I got injured. I was dedicated. I was there as much as I could, 3 days, 4 days a week. Nope.
Nope.
Didn't look
Same weight,
like
same
that.
size.
Same weight.
Didn't just gain a set of abs.
No, oddly enough.
How does everyone individually respond when someone inevitably asks, "Is what you do kind of like karate?"
Clearly not. I have a shirt. It's not in karate.
I need to save this question so I can post the top mount link. Hey, jiu-jitsu, it's not karate.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Damn it.
It's not.
Really nothing wrong with karate. It's just not jiu-jitsu.
Nope. They are not the
Stupid,
same.
uninformed people. Hate you.
It's not their fault.
Oh, it is.
Well, I mean,
Be informed.
Yeah. Just Google it, damn it.
Yeah, come on. You've seen UFC.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I love those guys when they come in new. Why'd you start? I really like UFC. Oh, you're going to be an ass.
You're right.
You're gonna be a dick.
You're going to be a dick for a minute.
No, when I first started jiu-jitsu, I got that a lot. What's the difference between that and what you're... And then,
Oh, Mike.
and usually what I have to end up saying is like, it's kind of like wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Then they get that. Nope.
No. I don't want to. Why? Because they punch back.
Yeah, right.
That sounds terrible.
Because it hurts,
Yeah.
man.
I've been punched in the face plenty. It sucks.
So someone here asked about weight classes in competition. They're an 18-year-old.
Don't even talk to this dude. He gets screwed almost every
Well,
time.
that was kind of the point. He said,
Yeah.
"There's not a lot of people in my weight class. What should I do? Should I even bother going to it?" So you're someone who had this come up because you're
Yeah.
smaller. No
Yeah.
one's in your weight class. What do you do?
You get bumped up the next one.
Yep.
and for
Bumped up or
me-
bumped down.
Me, I'm a fighter. I'm gonna deal with it. It might suck.
You dealt
but-
with it well too.
Yeah,
Like,
I
because
got-
the second match that I watched, because I watched all your matches in Grand Rapids, Man, that sucked. The second
Yeah.
match, it just wasn't. The first guy, you outclassed him.
Hardly. I mean,
He fought.
he fought hard. Yeah.
Hard.
So he had top control
The whole time.
but he could not do anything to me.
He could not pass your guard worth a shit.
No. I was like half guard the whole time.
Yeah,
and then
it was bad.
The last 10 seconds, I took his back and put it in.
You got the
RNC.
rear naked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is your
I didn't
jam,
get it,
though.
but it
Going
gave
to
me
the
the
back
points
has
to win.
always been your jam. Is getting around to it. That's why I just don't let you do that. I don't. That's all I do. Just like, haha, not my back.
Yeah, for
Now he's
me
got a
in the
new
weight class thing, I just
fucking
deal with
trick.
it. Because I mean, everybody I roll with in class is
It's
bigger,
bigger
than
than
me,
you.
so it's nothing new.
But if it's the other way, like you're too big for a weight class, that does kind of suck.
That I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But Larry ran into that when he fought the mountain.
Yeah.
You weren't there. It was
I
in
wasn't
Lansing.
there.
Me and Austin were. We've talked about it many times, but this dude was fucking huge.
I can only imagine.
Huge. Like the guy, when they weighed him, I think he said he was about 30 pounds heavy.
Yeah.
30 pounds heavy. And they just let him go. It was funny because Larry went a flying.
Yeah.
Larry's not a small cat.
Right.
He was a flying.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I was 10 pounds today, and there's no way I lost 10 fucking
Yeah.
pounds.
Their
scales.
Yeah, they had the scale there was ridiculous.
And they didn't move me down a weight class. They
Nah.
just kept me there.
Yep.
I was like, all right. whatever.
Super productive.
I faced a guy who was like 165. It's like, cool.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Getting
That's
nothing
only
better.
10 pounds.
That
Thanks.
is going back to a difference between like karate and jiu-jitsu competitions. One thing that's similar is that they never start on time and they always run late.
Hey!
So that was comfortable for me.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
oh,
like,
this
hey.
is like, just,
Oh, I
I'm
gotta
at-
wait?
Yeah,
Got
I'm
it.
at home here, man. This is normal.
Are there weight classes in karate?
Yes. If you go to the bigger tournaments, like
Okay.
on the east side of the state, but I've only done the
It's-
local shows here, which are very rinky-dink, and we
And just get who you can get.
basically,
Yeah.
if there's enough people, they separate them to light and heavy.
Gotcha.
But-
Yeah, that's it.
And that, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm always the smallest guy.
Always the smallest.
This will be. We can end on this one because we're
Cool. Yeah.
long somehow. Tom, it is disrespectful. This is someone on Reddit, and I thought this was actually kind of funny. Tom, it is disrespectful to not buy an academy gi. I can barely afford tuition, and this new gym I started at, the instructor wants me to wear their gis, and I can't afford it while I'm in school. What should I do? Incredibly long run-on sentence. He's asking the question: is it disrespectful? So, like, if Chad came up to you and said, "Hey, if you don't buy this rash guard or this gi, don't come back."
He's talked about that in the past
Well,
because it's a thing.
For Nogi, we've got the ranked rash guards coming in. And
Yeah, and
those
he-
are going to be required once we get those in,
See, that's tough for me.
which I like and dislike.
I like the idea of it. I
Yeah.
really do. I don't
Required is
the
the
requiring
tough word.
thing is, dude.
Well, we
it's
require a belt that's our appropriate color. Why wouldn't?
$8.
Yeah,
I cannot buy a rash guard. I'm not saying how much they are. A lot of people can't.
yeah.
I know a lot of people have gym because we've talked through it. It's hard, like, dude, it's hard to pay for the monthly dues, let alone more things on top. So I don't think it's fair if you want to include, even if it's like rash guard or whatever, within your cost.
Yeah.
Add it into the
Like,
cost per
first
month.
one's free. First
yeah,
one's free.
first one's free, or it's an extra $5 a month for a signed amount of time, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's fine. But to go, hey, you need to fork out $50 for a new rash guard
Yeah.
or $150 for a gi,
gi, yeah.
you can kiss my ass.
That
That's
was,
not the right thing to do. It's not. And it was Gracie Baja.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to wear all their shit.
Yep.
I disagree. I think I get the idea. All part of a team, cult, whatever.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's straight up a cult. No, it's kidding.
So I've heard.
No, we have some listeners. They've stuck out for them. They're not a cult. However,
It's cold.
eyes on it, it looks like a cult.
We choke each
Just
other
because
for fun.
they wear all the same shit
Yeah.
all the same time. So it is weird. I just don't agree with it. It gets people. We have enough trouble getting people to the gym, let alone making them spend more money to be there. It's a lot of money to buy a gi, especially those, the school has to pay for that gi to get out. So it's not something that like you could even just go, well, I can go get a $50 gi because you can go get a $50 elite gi.
Yeah.
And you're rolling. You're done. Shit. Most of the time they give you a free white belt. Done. You're in the game.
Yeah, that was one of the things that discouraged me from training at another local school around here was finding out that if I go there, then I have to buy their patches and put their patches on my gi.
Yeah.
Like,
It's my gi.
yeah, right. And I don't like patches anyway. I don't like.
Yeah, neither
I
do
like
I.
a plain gi.
Yeah, he's just like me. We talked
Yeah.
about this the other day. We were making fun of someone's gi, Bryce, and and just because neither one of us, it was actually a fine gi. It's neither one of us like patches. I have one patch on mine,
Yeah.
and it's because Larry gave it to me. It's awesome because Larry gave it to me. Other than that, I don't really put patches on, which is kind of insulting because Al's given me many of our sponsors have given me patches. I'm like, I just don't like patches.
I like embroidery. I have a karate gi that's got the old school I trained at's logo embroidered. It's not a patch; it's embroidered, and that's it feels better to me. Part of it is the feeling. Patches I feel like make the gi stiff.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Yeah.
And then they wear out faster than the actual gi it does, so I don't like that either. But I don't, just to end that, I don't agree that you force people to spend more money at your gym.
Same. Other than like with the rash guard thing. I mean, that's different. That's kind of a different topic though. That's mostly with rank.
Yeah.
Due to rank, because like I'm kind of upset because now I can't wear my cool tatami rash guards that I did spend good money on.
Yeah, that's...
They got cool designs on them, but it's kind of necessary because we've got a lot of new people that don't know.
Well, and it's
everybody.
hard in no-gi because you have to know the rank of someone to know what type of role you're going to have.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is what it is. You can say it's right, you can say it's wrong. It doesn't matter. It really matters. You need to know, or you're going to get yourself hurt, or you're going to hurt somebody else because people don't understand when a blue belt or a purple belt. I'm just going with those two because that's mostly what you find. You don't find brown belts as much. You just don't. So and you roll with a white belt that's brand new, they're going to hurt themselves.
Yeah, right.
Because they don't know what to do for months. But if you didn't know that and you just start rolling, because one time the guy came in, he was wearing his buddy's freaking blue belt.
Oh, really?
I had no clue.
Oh.
And I threw him with a scissor sweep so hard because he had no fucking clue what was going on. He landed like half on his shoulder, half on his head. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing? He's like, this is my first day. I'm like, oh my God. I felt terrible.
Wearing his buddy's blue belt.
Yeah. I was like, that was an errant judgment, sir.
Yeah, right. Major.
Because I wasn't like I was trying real hard. He just literally knew
He didn't know what to
nothing.
do. He had no defense, so
Nothing.
he just fell over.
Yep. And he didn't catch himself
Yeah.
in the slightest. But it's just an example. So, yeah. That's all I got on that, man.
I've got a lot of different. There's 184 comments on that topic alone.
Yeah. You could go
I
on
bet.
for that for a while.
Yeah. The
That's a big
majority
one.
of them are saying it shouldn't be necessity, especially monetary wise, because you don't know what people are going through, especially during COVID. But the same thing as far as Nogi not being able to tell the difference. But at the same time, like, just split up the class.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're is.
No, I'm saying, but was there?
No, at one point in
For
time.
most of the time, up
Now
until
it's like
recently,
everyone and their fucking
there
brother.
wasn't enough. Like, Justin was teaching 4 students for a really long
When
time.
I started at Black Lion, a big class was me, Morgan, and Justin.
Yeah.
Right.
It was nobody.
Yeah.
Now it's like
It's
Morgan,
huge. It's huge.
Robert, Justin, and 20 of his friends.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, fuck that noise. It's a lot of sweating them out.
All right, Kip ain't going to Nogi. Got it.
What's that?
You're not going to Nogi.
No, got it.
Got it.
Everyone knows.
You don't like gross things.
Socials, go.
Facebook, we have. Oh, we got comments blowing up on YouTube. People are still watching, even though the
Okay, what do they want?
What do they want? I got bumped up once. I won with a Marcellatine. I don't even know what that is. If I have to buy a ranked rash guard, I'm going to turn into a gi only guy.
Nice.
Sanibel does have some nice ranked rash guards. That's true.
No, they do.
There
Yep.
was a guy. At,
There's almost every company
Yeah.
has ranked rash guards. You just
Hyperfly
have
does.
to. Yeah, Hyperfly does. Phalanx? I can't ever
I
say
think if you
that.
can name a company,
They have ranked rash guards.
I can't wear Al's sweet top mount gear because that's all white.
Yeah, it is true. He doesn't have ranked gears.
I'm wearing it. I don't
Actually,
give a shit.
he did at one point have ranked. The top mount was a different color because I have it.
My rash guard's blue stripe is royal blue, but looks purple. So basically, I'm a purple belt. Done, sir.
I like it.
Well done. All right, socials: Facebook, Grappling Dads; Twitter, Grappling Dads; Instagram, Grappling Dads _podcast; YouTube. You're watching it here, but just search Grappling Dads; it'll pop up. Twitch. I got more systems, so I'll start streaming stuff maybe if I get bored. I keep wanting to stream like the fights, reenact them, and I just don't because I'm lazy.
You have a lot going on, sir. It's okay.
I know. TikTok. Paul has been posting things.
Yeah, he has.
about
He's
his
gotten a little
knees.
better.
I don't use TikTok, so I'll never see them.
You're
Don't
smart.
start, dude.
I'm not going to.
Don't start.
I literally got one just to figure out what the fuck Paul was doing.
Yeah.
Guess so you can keep tabs on them.
Well, no, he got 8 million views on one video. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, shit, we're famous on this now.
Yeah, he
Gotta
hates
keep it
that
going.
part. But I just want to add, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
it,
It was
filling
fun.
in. Vacations will be done here in a couple weeks, and we should be back to normal. But
We're going to get another guest host with Paul,
next week.
supposedly.
Oh,
Yeah.
who is it?
If not, it'll be me as the backup.
Oh,
Well, we have
oh,
somebody lined up.
Oh, you already have that going.
Thank God.
Is it
Yes.
who I think it is?
It's a 3-letter name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's who I think it is.
Yes, it is. Didn't work very hard to find it.
That's who I was thinking.
Didn't have to go far. But he'll be a lot of fun. But thanks a lot for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you to all the listeners, all our patrons. We appreciate Austin's been involved, and so is Al. We're going to have some stuff going on. It's going to be fun. So if you want to become a Patreon, go to our website, the Grappling Dads. Go down to the right-hand side, click on it, and you can donate to the show. It'll help us get better, more equipment, maybe a table. So Austin cannot have his mic fall on him.
Maybe a way to hang this.
Or, yeah,
portrait.
we could actually hang a portrait without a tripod. That's for a camera. It did work. It looks good. Still love that thing. But thanks a lot for listening. If you guys love it, let others know. If you don't, just don't tell anyone anything and just move on and be nice. That's what I'm going with. But don't quit. We appreciate you listening. Bye.
Bye.